Skip the intros for now, just for a few seconds. And I'm telling you right now, Zell Reviews on Manhwa is back. And we're starting off the year with a bang because I'm giving you something that you should not read because I am trapped. I am trapped with Daxia Swordsman because it's the worst read I have ever had in my life. And I'm stuck reading it, hoping it gets better. Let's talk about it. I'm riding on the way, yeah, yeah. I'm smoking on the way, yeah, yeah. I don't know what you say, yeah, yeah. I'm a player with E Kid Create Player Beats. Again, let me reiterate the name of this thing you don't supposed to read. It is Daxia Swordsman. Here it is right here. It is presented to you right here. You should throw it in the trash. If there's a way I could grab this and throw it in the trash, it is. Let me explain what this story is about. The guy you see right here is the elite immortal swordsman. He the sword god, the lord of the whole place, the emperor, basically second hand man. We don't know how he got here. Apparently his dad was a big shot, but his dad likes to hide and a bunch of crap. It's strange. The whole story doesn't make sense. The girl here is like the dumbest person I've ever met in my life, outside the main character, because it doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense. She's part of this big family, and the show introduces her. I'm spoiling, by the way. I'm letting you know I'm spoiling. It is so bad. It doesn't matter if I spoil. You shouldn't read this. You should know this is the worst manhwa I have ever read. This is the worst thing I've ever read. I have read terrible things. They should burn this. I saw on Reddit where people were talking about it, and somebody like, I want to go to Japan and I want to meet the person who wrote this because it's that bad. Okay, she has to defeat this man to become part of this snow cavalry group, the blue snow cavalry group, I think it's called. And when they get on, right, he saves her, but she's so stupid after she got beat up. She thought somehow she pulled it off, even though she did nothing but faint. So she's like, oh, I'm part of this group now because I am elite. And I defeated him as my role was supposed to. Now, he tries to date her as well as another girl whom his father and her father were best friends. And somehow he didn't know his dad was a big shot. You know, he is like somehow the wasted, like some weirdo from the family who got kicked out apparently, even though they never explain how. But I think later on they do explain it in like chapter 30 or 30 something, which I have read by the way. I choose to forget. But I think they explained it somehow his brother and this other lady we meet later on in chapter like 34, how they set him up or tried to set him up or something like that, apparently. But no one listens to that because no one cared because they're all in their own world. And he's trying to marry this Sung family, which is the bunch of dumbest people I've ever met. Like the only person who's kind of hesitant and feels like something's off is the father who is friends with this guy, whom I don't know if he's doing that just because he's friend with him or he knows because they never explained it. But he sits on the throne of this guy continuously, of people, of this Sword King, and he just does what he wants. And no matter what, there's no cavalry group and none of these group does anything to him. But no one can put that together. But they all slap him in his face. He's like, no one will ever touch me because I am him. But everyone, all these women slap him, and he doesn't reveal who he is because he wants to keep it a secret, or maybe his dad does. But I think somebody read the light novel and said it doesn't happen in chapter 200, which I'm like, why would you not reveal who you are in chapter 200? They say he actually does, but no one cares. I ain't read that. I'm not reading a light novel. This is awful. I'd rather go read something I'm gonna bring up, well, a light novel that I'm gonna bring up in later on in Apocalypse. I'll actually show you. I'll show it to you at the end. What I'm be reading. I'm actually going to show it to you at the end. It is called Infinite Mana and Apocalypse. I've been reading it, and I will give a review on the latest chapters on that soon. Really good read, by the way. I love this. Noah Osmond is one of my favorite characters. But this dude is stupid. He doesn't know how to handle life situations. The people around him can't figure out like everyone in this show, everyone in this that's written here, is written like they are the dumbest people on earth. Everyone. One dude, he saves one of the prominent family's people. He like it must be a reason he's hiding it. And he's kind of think I think they think he's stupid too, but he's like real strong. And they can't like beat him up. So they're just like, okay, he must have a plan. I don't care. It's like it's really stupid. Like he just lets everyone bully him. He knows she like he even says the son girl's a gold digger who is trying to get in rich families. And he wants her. But I'm like, why don't you just tell her you're rich? That you own a mansion. You live in a mansion. Just tell her you do. Even if she don't believe, just be like, hey, listen, I'm finna have my people show you my mansion and they gonna drive you to my place. Instead, he like goes and lives with them in their family, so it looks like he's a freeloader. I'm like, what kind of but you know she's a gold digger and you still want to talk to her because some rule your dad made? This sounds ridiculous, right? It's just so much random thing. And the problem with it is they just repeat it. This sounds like it's only like 4 chapters. It is. They just keep doing it. They do the same thing over and over again. Over and over and over. It's like he meets this girl. It goes in this order too. It goes in the exact same order. He meets this girl. She feels pity for him and then talks down to him, but then feels pity like, I'll help you with this card because you offended some rich family. Same thing over and over. And then he'd be like, and then her little friend just hype her up in the dumbest way. And then the son girl comes right after, and some dude comes and like spits on her or something, and she just sits there and takes it because she want money. And then he comes and saves her, and then she like, how dare you ruin my family's life? Because her family is stupid, and they were rich, but they keep taking dumb bets because they're stupid. And then he saves her, and then the blue haired girl realizes who he is. He flirts with her, and then we repeat the same thing. We repeat the same story. Oh, it just repeats. They just meet some new rich guy. And we learn a little bit more about the story from some other dude, and it all feels irrelevant. It all feels so irrelevant. This is bad. This I after learning today that they might not ever fix the how horrible it is. I might just give up reading it because I've been reading it just to see if it can get slightly better. It can't get lower. This is Madam Web level of it's dumber than Madam Web. And that's impossible because Madam Web's story doesn't even go together. It just random things happen. It's not even random things happen. It's the same thing, and they won't proceed with the story. It's like the most infuriating thing. It's not even like just bad writing. It's like writing where you want to fight people because they won't change the writing. They won't progress the story. They won't move along. If you ever write a story, please don't repeat the same thing and then never move on. Please, I beg of you. That's my thought on the worst written manhwa I have ever read in my life. Daxia Swordsman, let me know your thoughts. Have you read it? Are you thinking about reading? Do you like what manhwa are you reading? What should I review next? I have a few. I have Magic Emperor. I think I've already did it. I need to do that. Not Magic Emperor. I've done Magic Emperor. It has. We have to go over that again. Beginning at the end. We have a few that I'm going through right now. We have Return of the Frozen Player. We have some, even though I think I've done that one too. But season 2 is upon us. So make sure you like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and all of that. I appreciate y'all. Don't read this unless you just like you trying to figure out what's going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? Just don't read this unless you don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Joe looks at you like this. That's how he feels. All right. Hit that like button, subscribe button. We will do good manhwa. The next one will be a good one. Peace. I'm a player with E Kid, creative player beats.